Hey everyone, Jose Villablanca here, the founder and CEO of HoliBiz. And today I want to share with you entrepreneurship in the Philippines. A quick high-level look at the numbers behind running a business in the Philippines, the scale, the odds, and the hurdles. Now I want to share this because I meet too many people who, it's good and bad, but they believe that their business is gonna work. All right, you have to have that belief, but at the same time, you can't have blind faith, right? You have to know the numbers. And I'm going to share that with you today. A lot of businesses actually fail, unfortunately. So let me start by saying this, the scale. Let's talk about it. So 99.6% of all businesses are MSMEs. So micro, small, medium, I believe. All right. So small businesses in the economy. Micro, okay, I'm right, small and medium enterprises, sorry, that's what the E stands for, make up about 99.6% of all registered businesses in the country and employ roughly 2/3 of the workforce. So if you run an SME, you're not the exception. You're the backbone of the Philippine economy. Most of these are micro enterprises under 10 employees, just like HoliBiz. The sari-sari stores, online sellers, and small service shops that dominate the landscape. Now let's talk about 7% of the workforce employed by MSMEs. So that's such a mouthful. And 40% of GDP contributed by MSMEs. 1.5 registered freelancers, and that's as of January 2025. So what are the odds? I was talking about this just earlier. I know too many people and say, yeah, this is gonna work, but they don't do enough research. They don't look at the market, they won't have enough savings to run their business if they don't make any income for the next 6 months, etc. So the survival curve. Roughly 7 out of 10 startups in the Philippines don't make it past the first few years. The riskiest stretch isn't day one, it's the scaling phase between years 2 and 5. So I've been there. I thought after a few years, I'm good, we're making good money, but there will always be some economic crisis. Like for example, right now it's the war in Iran, and that's really hurting our business because a lot of our clients have tightened their budget. And I've heard so many other businesses as well, small businesses that say that they feel it, even food. So year one, 100% of them launch, survive, and only 90% of them, so essentially 10% don't survive. And this is called the valley years. Earlier I was saying, the valley, years 2 to 5, and that's a danger zone. Now, if you survive to year 5 and more, about 20 to 30% actually make it. Okay? So why do they fail? Globally, the most common causes, useful to pressure test your own business against. So no real market need. Do they actually need your product or service? Hopefully, it's not that you think it's cool, right? Or it's fun, right? Sometimes the most successful businesses are the most boring businesses. So ask yourself before you start your business, is there a real market need for this? Second, 29% is running out of cash. So hopefully you have enough clients to have enough cash and keeping your OPEX low, right? Operational expense. The third is having the wrong team. So hopefully you have a good team that supports you, that believes in you. It's not a toxic workplace. They don't steal from you. They really support you and they're a real asset to your company. And the fourth at 19% would be outcompeted, right? And these are just some stats there. So let's move on to the next, and that's the hurdles. What are the hurdles? Biggest hurdles for Philippine businesses. From recent surveys of Filipino enterprises, so it's from BSP and CPA Australia, permits and red tape, that's number one. Time spent securing licenses is the top barrier to starting up. For me, I just hire someone to do that for me. I don't want to deal with it. I want to learn about it. As long as I do it legally in the right way, I'm good. Second is access to financing. So Filipino small businesses are among the least likely in Asia to find financing easy to access. For me, I would rather never finance my business, and it should be self-sufficient from the start. So that's how I grew HoliBiz. It was just me. And then when I was fully booked as a trainer, I hired another trainer to take the extra workload. When he was fully booked, I think the next hire was an admin to handle all the admin work. And then just kept hiring back-end team and the coaches as well. So thankfully, we were never in debt. Third, talent retention. So it's really hard to keep good people, and it is a persistent operating challenge. I know new companies coming to the Philippines and they start poaching talent from other competing companies, and it's unfortunate. So you want to make sure that they really love where they work. They don't feel too much stress. They feel secure. They feel safe in your workplace. Fourth is cost of utilities and labor. So input costs squeeze thin margins. So before you even start, understand these certain costs in order to operate. Okay, very, very important, especially when you have to work very lean. And number five is traffic and logistics. So congestion adds real cost and lost time. That's so true, especially when we have events in different locations. I think it's called pre-work stress. So even before getting to work, they're already stressed, right? So logistics can be going to events, or maybe traffic could be just getting to work if you have to go to the office. So the bright side, sentiment is improving. 2024 saw the most growing Filipino small businesses since 2019, and confidence going into 2025 stayed positive. Businesses that invest in technology tend to see immediate profitability gains, and the digital/creative economy is expanding fast. The creative sector alone added 1.94 trillion, about 8.7% of GDP. Now let's look into takeaways. So what it means for you. Number one, you're in good company. 99.6% of Philippine businesses are MSMEs. The ecosystem, suppliers, and policy are built around small businesses. Number two, survive the valley. The danger isn't launching. It's years 2 to 5. Protect cash flow and prove real demand before you scale. Number three, cash plus demand beats ideas. The top failure causes are no market need and ran out of cash. Validate and stay liquid. And number four, tech is a multiplier. The businesses pulling ahead are the ones investing in digital tools and people. I know for a fact that has worked for me. So always try to stay updated with technology and digital tools. So that's pretty much it, guys. If you're a solopreneur and starting your entrepreneurship journey, make sure to check this out. If you need any help, especially if you're a service solopreneur, just like how I grew my business, reach out and let us know any other topics you'd like for me to cover, especially here for the Philippines. Thanks for watching. See you at the next one.